Welcome back, and congratulations! You've made it to the final video of Behavior Change Basics, an introduction to social marketing. If you've stuck with us this far, give yourself a well-deserved pat on the back, or maybe even a victory dance. You've just completed a 12-step planning process for creating effective social marketing programs. Before you go off to change the world, one behavior at a time, let's do a quick recap of what we've covered. In step 1, we identified the problem. This means making sure you have a clear idea of the problem you want to tackle. It's tempting to say, everything's a mess, but that's not a problem statement, that's just venting. So we narrowed it down to something specific, actionable, and hopefully a little less overwhelming. Then, in step 2, we did a situation analysis. We looked around to get the lay of the land. You might remember when we talked about SWOT and PESTLE. Those aren't new energy drinks. They're tools to help you figure out your strengths, weaknesses, and what's going on in the world that could help or hinder your program. Basically, it's about knowing what you're up against before you dive in. After that, in step 3, we talked about the importance of co-creating your program with the people who will be affected by it. This includes your target audience, community stakeholders, and decision makers. That kind of teamwork will result in a better program, and it will get a lot more buy-in. In step 4, you chose a target audience for your program. Aiming your message at everyone is like trying to catch fish with your bare hands. Frustrating and not very effective. We talked about getting specific. Who are they? What do they care about? And what might stop them from doing what you're asking? Remember that your target needs to be specific, reachable, and likely to change. Then came the fun part. Step 5 was all about identifying barriers and benefits. This means figuring out why people aren't already doing what you want them to do. Maybe it's inconvenient, maybe it's expensive, or maybe they just don't see the point. We looked at identifying barriers and finding benefits to make your behavior change seem more attractive and easier than whatever they're doing now. Then we moved on to goal setting in step 6, realistic ones, not just change the world by next Tuesday. We talked about making sure those goals were smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, aka had a deadline, so you'd actually know if you were making progress. In step 7, we talked about the dreaded budget. We know it never feels like there is enough funding, but smart planning and creative execution can go a long way. Don't be afraid to get creative. Who might want to partner with you? What in-kind resources might someone share? You won't know if you don't ask. Step 8 had 4 parts to it, following the classic 4 Ps of commercial marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Product is really about the benefit you're offering. Price isn't just about money, it's also about time, effort, and even social risks. Place is all about making the behavior easy and convenient. And promotion is about how you'll get the word out, ideally in a way that grabs attention without needing a Super Bowl ad budget. We focused on keeping it simple but powerful. Nobody wants to wade through a bunch of jargon just to figure out what you're asking them to do. Your message should stick, like a catchy song you can't get out of your head. Step 9 got down to the nitty-gritty of rolling out the program. We talked about the benefits of rolling things out in phases. Trying to launch everything at once is like trying to drink from a fire hose. It can get messy. It's usually smarter to start small, see what works, and then build from there. Then we got into the part that's not as glamorous, but is absolutely essential: monitoring and evaluation, which we covered in steps 10 and 11. Monitoring is about checking in regularly to see if things are going according to plan. Think of it as watching your GPS to make sure you're not heading for a dead end. And if something is off, it's important to address it right away. Evaluation is what you do at the end to see if all your hard work actually made a difference. This is where you circle back to your original SMART goals to see if you achieved them. We also covered how to calculate your return on investment, or ROI, basically showing funders that their money didn't just go into printing shiny brochures. They want to see that your program actually worked and that it was worth the cost. Finally, step 12 encourages you to revise and repeat, if that fits your goals. We also spent some time on the road crew case, our go-to example for how to do things right. They made it convenient for people to get home safely after a night out, kept their messaging simple, and backed it all up with solid data. The result? Fewer accidents, lives saved, and some very happy funders. So, if there's one lesson to take away from the road crew case, it's this: make it easy, measure the results, and don't be afraid to adjust along the way. If you're looking to dive deeper into social marketing, I highly recommend checking out the book Social Marketing: Changing Behaviors for Good by Nancy Lee and Philip Kotler. It's packed with insights and real-world examples. Also, take a look at Social Marketing in Action: Cases from Around the World, edited by Deborah Basil, Gonzalo Diaz-Meneses, and Michael Basil. Both of these books go into way more detail than we could cover here, and they're fantastic resources to have on your shelf. And check the course website for additional recommendations. If you want to make it official, don't forget to check the website for information on getting your completion certificate. It's a great way to show funders, partners, and anyone else who'll listen that you know your stuff. So, what are you waiting for? Your community needs you, and now you've got the tools to make a real difference. Whether you're working to reduce plastic waste, promote mental health, increase media literacy, or any one of a million other positive behaviors, you're ready to take the next step. Thanks for watching, for learning, and for taking this journey. Now go out there and make some behavior change happen. See you out there, and good luck.